What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Anything Goes Renegade Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Demetrius Smith. Today, we have an episode for you guys. This one is about angels. Can they really manifest anything that you desire, except for killing someone, of course? And we are going to be diving in to that in just a little bit. If you are new to my podcast, just remember my podcast does get uploaded to my YouTube. And for anyone who is listening to my podcast on my YouTube, please make sure you like and hit that subscribe button. And please, guys, if you're listen to my podcast on Spotify and Apple, iTunes, what you want to call it, please make sure you guys subscribe to my podcast just to keep up to date. And as well, not only will we be talking about that particular topic, we will also be talking about why you should never say a technique is weaker than the other technique, or something is weaker than the other, or why you shouldn't say that your technique is better than anybody else. And we're going to be getting into that as well. So I want you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Alright, guys. So, can the angels really manifest anything we desire? The short answer to this is yes. And no. The reason why I said yes and no, yes, they can manifest anything that you desire. And here's the no part, except for killing somebody. Except for causing them physical harm. But this is a teaching that's been going around for as long as I've been born, or as long as I've been alive. And the teaching is that the angels are here to help you. They can help you manifest, heal, remove, whatever. When it comes to manifestation, they this is what some teachers have taught, that they won't manifest anything that is not for your highest good. So in other words, it's them making the choices for you. So that energy has been put out there, that attention has been put out there for everyone to see, for everyone to take in. And of course, I have been one of them to actually take that in and, put it in my subconsciousness. But doesn't that put a damper on your mood? Doesn't that really stifle your magical practice? Because the way I see it, and the way I'm starting to believe it, that the angels are very powerful beings. But at the same time, these angels are not going to interfere with your life unless you ask for them to interfere. Or they do it anyway, just, make sure no harm come to you. And as well, if you want something, they are not going to stop you, but they will make sure. They will always come to you and ask you, sometimes in a subtle way, are you sure you want this? And they'll show you a better option. Sometimes in a subtle way. Do you sure you want this? If you say, yeah, this is what I want. Okay. They ain't gonna judge you for it. No matter what it is. Again, unless it's not you wishing death upon somebody, Okay. And this is what the message I want to get to you guys. Don't worry about what any other guru says how to work with angels, because two things. One, it could be their technique. Two, they could be just talking out their asses. But you got to find a way that works for you. You can say, thank you, dear guardians and angels, for put down whatever you want to happen. Like continue saying that prayer throughout the day, throughout, whatever. But angels can absolutely manifest anything that you desire. Now, here is the kicker. Stop wanting fast results from the angels. That is a very big hindering factor when it comes to manifestation. I don't care if you use a jinn. I don't care if you use the goddess Hecate. If you want fast results, instant results, and you're not giving it time to breathe, then again you will most definitely slow down your manifestation. You will actually slow it down. I mean, it's okay to think of, but when you want faster results and you just like, oh man, I'm gonna start praying, I'm gonna start doing this ritual because it ain't came in 2 or 3 days. Look, you gotta understand, we live in the physical realm and the spiritual realm at the same time. In the physical realm, they have to move things. They have to do, things that you don't know behind the scenes, that, you most likely don't know nothing about. So, give them time. And again, the answer is yes, they can manifest anything that you desire. No matter what it is, as long as it's not something to harm somebody. Now, I'm going to tackle a topic with this. And I've seen this many times, and I believe I explained it on this podcast many times. Love magic. Again, if you called upon an angel for a specific person to, love you, then that what that angel would do. It would go to that specific person, give them positive thoughts about you, make them have positive emotions, and then who knows, like give and intensify that emotion, turn that emotion up, transmute that emotion into action. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Hell, you will be influenced every day by other people's energy. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Again, angels can manifest. Angels can help you to manifest anything that you desire, that you want or need. Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast? Are you passionate about a favorite subject matter or a message that you want everyone to listen to, but you don't have any of the equipment or have no idea where to begin? Well, look no further than Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Do not worry about any extra equipment, guys, because Anchor's creation tools allows you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds great. They'll distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can easily make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. To get started, download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm. That's ANCHOR.FM. Again, to get started, download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm. That is ANCHOR.FM. So since we're getting down to the nitty gritty, here's another thing that we're going to talk about. And this thing, which you guys see it on Facebook all the time, in which if you are a teacher and you are teaching your students about a technique that you discovered years ago, and you modify that technique into something that is yours, and you tell everybody that your technique is better and this is how it works, and you put that energy out there, and that is what people believe, and it will hinder them because your particular technique might not work for them. They might find it too stressful or time consuming, or they are not allowed the time to do it because of their limited circumstances. For instance, when it comes to pendulum healing or manifestation, excuse me, y'all, there have been recent times there have been so much importance placed on the pendulum, how it's designed, or who it's designed from, or what material that they use. Not realizing that our ancestors did use pendulums, but they didn't use it as much because of their design. They use it because it helped them to communicate with their hidden part, the higher self or the subconscious self, what you want to call it. But part of the new teaching that's going around is about, you gotta buy this pendulum that I made so you can get good and better results, or buy this pendulum that I made because it's a higher frequency, this and that. When it comes to magic, the tools are just that when they're not in use, are just objects. They need us to be able to work. You know what I'm saying? But we are the tool anyway. Like, I'm not trying to diss anybody's belief about how pendulum should work, this and that. I'm just saying that not a lot of people can go out their way and try to afford $100 or $200 pendulum, knowing full well that these people don't need to be choosing, well, do I want this pendulum or do I have to pay a bill? And like, it shouldn't be cost for them to choose something like that. You can just simply make you a pendulum and do the technique without no problem. But that is my belief. And another thing that I want to talk about is sigil magic. I just got done watching a video where one woman said that sigil magic is lesser magic, meaning that it is weaker than any other magical ritual. That cannot be further from the truth. Sigil magic is not weaker than any other magic. Let alone it's not stronger than any other magic. It has the same effect as any other magic, except sigil magic is easy to do. As long as you don't try to do it the way the people tell you to do it. What I mean by that, don't try to don't try to do extreme exercise if you're not healthy enough to do so. Matter of fact, don't even do it at all. Just come up with something to charge and activate your sigil. And you can do this. You can spit on it. You know, since it has your DNA in it, you can spit on it. You know what I'm saying? Like stare at it for a few minutes and take your tongue and just touch it. You can do it that way. That's what I'm guessing anyway, but yeah, you can do it that way. And, you know, my message is about being careful what you put out there because you may hinder somebody's progress. Alright, guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. And make sure you guys subscribe to my podcast just to keep up to date. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys for sharing my podcast with your friends and family. I love you guys. Deuces.